It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Happy Sunday and welcome to another episode of Inside the Industry Podcast. All my insiders, what it do? Hey, before we get into the content today, I want to make sure that we give our shout outs. I told y'all, everybody that sends any sort of monetary value to the channel will get their shout out, and I want to make sure that we're consistent with it. And we're going to be starting something new today. Okay? So, from here on out, when we get donations, super chats, super thanks, anything of the like, we're going to play this song called Lotto as a celebration. So I want to give a quick shout out to Miss Katie for sending a super thanks the other day, actually yesterday, on some content, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Miss Katie, and let's get to the track.
Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. But I say throw it in my wallet. Ooh, yeah. When I done came up out the bottom. Ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. But I say throw it in my wallet. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So that's going to be the new thing. We're going to play that song called Lotto. For those of y'all that might like that, you know what I'm saying? It's on all streaming platforms as well. J Nolan Lotto. You can check that out. It's been out for a little minute, but it didn't get the recognition that it deserved. You feel me? So shout out to Katie Webb and her contribution. Now let's get into Miss Doja Cat leaving Instagram, and we're also going to get into Cardi B issuing an apology to her fans for delaying music, letting the outside noise get to her, and losing herself along this journey. We're also going to get into a little bit about her upcoming song, which is now being called Miami. Interesting title. But first, let us get to Doja, all right? Now, Doja Cat recently deactivated her Instagram, right? Due to the treatment that she feels she's received from fans online, right? She says she's not feeling it anymore, which could be true, but let's go ahead and just read her statement to the world. Doja Cat says, "Hey, I'm going to deactivate because I'm not really feeling this anymore. You guys take care of yourselves. I like coming here to find inspo and see people being creative, but I just feel like this is getting to be too much. The way I'm spoken to on here and treated makes me have effed up thoughts. Please watch how you talk to and about people on the internet. Bye." All right. You go on Doja Cat's IG, 24.4 million followers, and she don't want to engage. Shit. And all posts have been cleared. Okay. Now, I don't know how long she's going to remain, away from Instagram, especially with such a large following. I don't know what her plan is as far as music goes, if she's going to come back this year with a new batch or if she's going to just let last year's album ride out. Scarlett, don't know what her team is thinking. Not sure what's in the pipeline for Miss Doja, but in your hiatus, we all wish you the best. The social media thing can be tough, right? But I'm gonna let Cardi B issue her apology first before we get into the social media talk, or just, this new era of hip hop where we just have a lot of people talking. Everybody's got opinions. I mean, I'm on camera right now expressing mine. But let's get to Cardi first, because they're going through very similar situations. Not the same, because a lot of what Doja goes through is kind of self-imposed. She goes back and forth with her fans. Last year she had a whole entire meltdown. Her fans wanted to be called the Kittens. She shitted on them for wanting to be called that. I mean, they basically named themselves. And she wasn't feeling it, and she basically said that they were brainless for accepting such a term. Leading up to the album, she let people know that she wasn't going to be creating the same style of music that made her wildly successful. She basically switched the formula up. I don't know if it paid dividends for her when she released the Scarlet album. It did kind of underperform compared to her older music, her other albums. Paint the Town Red was a successful record. I know Demons got a lot of views on YouTube, Agora Hills is one of the standouts as well. But the energy surrounding Scarlett definitely did not, you know, add up to her previous releases. It could have been by design or whatever, but the record company, they're going to look at things a little bit differently, right? Now, getting into Cardi B, excuse me, as I stated, she's issued an apology to her fans, to herself, and to the people that love her for losing herself. All right, so let's get into what Cardi B had to say.
And I want to apologize to my fans, to myself, and to people that love me for losing myself. You know what I'm saying? Losing myself and just losing myself and not being myself because of negative things that like put me in a wall. Like, and I wanna apologize if y'all ever felt that like I wasn't giving my all because of thing. But you know, I'm just a fucking human, bitch. I'm trying to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking trying. Like, trust me. But I'm finding myself, and all I want from you guys is support, is love, honesty, of course. I don't ever want you not to be honest, but honesty, support, and always defend me, always love me, and yeah, because this has been a really hard journey to be back myself again. So,
All right. So that's what Cardi B had to say. She said it's been a long journey of her losing herself, trying to get back to herself along the way. And there was just a lot of outside noise, a lot of outside influences, a lot of beefs, a lot of different things that were just happening that basically either made her question herself, made her not believe in herself, made her not confident about the music that she had in the stash. All of these things, right? And this is the point that I want to get to, right? And all of us kind of have a role to play in this, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, but I think at some point we all do need to acknowledge the role we play and try to just remember to have a heart, try to, allow people to still remain human, maintain their humanity. Let's not take it too serious when we get into these conversations. Some of y'all really be in my comments going off, trying to insult my intelligence, trying to make it seem like I'm some type of person pushing an agenda, try to make it seem like I'm spreading propaganda, because again, I say things from my vantage point, and my vantage point is as somebody who has worked within the music business. You know what I'm saying? Now, I may not be at a superstar level, I may not have achieved that, but like I said, I work in the business. I study the business. I teach the business to other people. Before this female rap conversation started taking off and people started looking to me for this or just my commentary on other things, if you go back 2 years, a year and some change in my content, you'll see how many videos I had teaching people about the business, teaching people about monetizing their music, teaching people about how to captivate an audience, all of these different things, how to make money in the music industry, right? So y'all, that's on y'all to do your homework if you feel like I'm unqualified to speak, right? That's not on me. I already done the research. I've already lived it. I'm a songwriter. I have songs on TV and film. I ghostwrite and songwrite for other artists, right? I wrote 2 books about the business of music. I've been in colleges giving lectures. I've been put on panels. I've been invited to NAMM, which is the biggest music convention in the world, to speak about my knowledge on music. You wouldn't know these things, but that's what it is. All right, moving forward, we all have a role to play because this is the first generation of hip hop that has a 24-hour news cycle. And I think a lot of us don't understand that, don't think about that, and we lose sight of how crucial that is. Like, we're now in the era of hip hop where YouTube creators such as myself, YouTube creators that are much bigger than me, YouTube creators that may be smaller, we are now watching hip hop in real time 24/7. Somebody drops a song by You know what I mean? Somebody drops a song at 12 a.m. By 12:05, somebody's on YouTube reacting to it, giving their opinion, talking about whether they like it or not, trash or good. This is the first generation of rap that had that. Back in the 80s, 90s, all of that other shit, early 2000s, all they had to speak about hip hop and music in general was magazines, and you were getting those issues monthly. You had to wait 30 days to get people's opinion about the music. Otherwise, you would have to tune into the radio and hope that they debuted your favorite song or debuted the song from your favorite artist, and you had to wait until the next time they played that shit, right? And then you had to go to school or go to work and hope that you catch it again on your way back home or when you get home, right? This is totally different now. And we don't understand how that 24-hour news cycle affects the actual artist because they're always the subject of conversation. Now, everybody has the right or the privilege or the choice to tune out, to disconnect, but then that's a double-edged sword as well. And I'm speaking for all artists. I'm not speaking in defense of Cardi B. I'm not speaking in defense of Doja Cat. And I'm not speaking against Nicki Minaj. I want to be extremely clear when I say this because Nicki goes through the same thing. Everybody does. Nobody is exempt. The only people that are exempt are those that are just not in the conversation. And everybody wants to be a part of the conversation, which is why it's a two-sided double-edged sword. Because you want to be in the conversation, but once you enter the conversation, it doesn't end. People are going to critique how you dress, how you look, your hair, especially for the women. We've talked about this, you know, from top to bottom, what you're doing, how it looks, how it comes across. Every word that you say in an interview is being picked through with a fine-tooth comb. You got people out here that aren't really fans of hip-hop, aren't really fans of music, but they tune in to the artist to find a moment to try to cancel them, to find something out of their mouth to say, I knew you wasn't shit. Get them out of here. This person is not qualified to be an artist and should not be an influence on the children and the people of the world at large. We've got writers who don't really know what they're talking about, that write about music and content and new releases that don't even come from backgrounds of knowing anything about music. They couldn't tell you no musical notes. They couldn't tell you the songwriting process. They never sat in the studio with nobody. They just came off the cuff and got a job writing about music temporarily, probably while they're in college. And once they go off into the real world, they're going to do other shit, right? So all of these different things are at play, putting pressure on artists to deliver their best music, to deliver their best self 24/7, to always look composed, look like they have it figured out, all of those things. And for those of y'all that didn't like my video about JT last night, she's under the same restraints. She's under the same pressure, right? Some of y'all really were mad that I said she should have tried to beg Nicki Minaj to get on the Pink Friday 2 Gag City tour. I don't see how none of y'all really realized that that was a joke. The way that I was talking, can't get a slot. Damn, is humor really missing people these days? I have nothing against JT. I'm not invested in her downfall. But when I see something that meets the eye and it looks a little, you know what I'm saying, look like the walls is bending, we're going to acknowledge it. And this is why I say it's a double-edged sword for the artist, because when we see things that look funny, we're going to call them out. And it's not because we're invested in their downfall. It's just like, hey, we could smell the cap. And that's for any and everybody. When the cap comes out, it's like, I smell what you're concealing in that bottle. It is what it is. But when you're out of the conversation, that's when you're really in a bad position, because you're not able to make no money. You're not able to set up no tour, whether that be a club and bar tour or a ticketed venue in arenas or stadium tour. You're not going to be selling no records. You're not going to be getting no money. You're not going to have no opportunities on the table. So you don't want to be the person that's not in the conversation. You want to be in the conversation, but you also got to develop very tough skin in order to excel in this industry. You are an entertainer, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So you come out and you put yourself, you put your heart, your soul, your creativity on the line, and you're at people's mercy. It's always been that way. When you go on stage, back in the fucking olden days, you were at risk of getting an applause. You were also at risk of getting tomatoes thrown at your ass, right? This is how it's always been. Today, you may not get tomatoes thrown at you, but people are going to express their opinion. People have formed fan base alliances and all of these different things, and these people mobilize and try to pressure you into being who they want you to be. They want you to say what they want you to say. They want you to be their personal representative, almost like a politician. And it's hard for a lot of people to stomach the fact that nobody is going to conform to those types of guidelines, right? This is why people get in the comments and go off and say what they want to say and think that they can say anything to people. But then when those folks say something back, it's like, bro, that's how you talk to your fans? Yes, it is, because you ain't no motherfucking fan. Right? So I'm trying to address this from all angles. And I just want everybody to understand the role that we play. That means that I play a role for getting on camera, talking about this very subject. But even if I weren't on here doing this, it's not like the conversation would end. It's not like Doja Cat wasn't battling with her fans for the past few years. Let's not act like people weren't calling Doja Cat out for her politics because she likes to date white men, and some of those white men might just happen to be right-wing racists. And her fan base basically came together, banded together, and said, we got to do what we can to get her away from this man. We're going to pressure her every single day, get in the comments and down her until she separates from this person. Some people do the same thing to Nicki Minaj because of her connection to Kenneth Petty. She married a man who was under investigation for sexual assault. Right? They've allegedly tried to pay this woman off. She's not accepting the money. There's people out there that don't think that shit is okay. There's people out there that say, hey, it happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, however many years. Let this man redeem himself. He served his time in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? He's done the house arrest. He has to report his moves to the U.S. government before he can leave the crib. But hey, let them live. That's what some people say. Others may not feel the same. But nonetheless, we all come to the stage with our voice, with our opinions, and it creates extra pressure for the subject of those conversations. Hence why Doja Cat says, you know what? Rather than go back and forth with y'all, I would just remove myself and let y'all have it. Again, we don't know what the future holds for Doja. If she's got new music in the pipeline, if she's going to wait till 2025 to come back out. But what we do know is that Cardi B is dropping a new record this week called Miami. Now, she released a snippet. The first snippet came at the end of the Like What music video. And of course, Like What caused a little bit of a stir due to the Missy sample and the similarity to Bia's I'm That Bitch. We've talked about this numerous times on the channel. However, the quote unquote Miami song was previewed at the end of Cardi's Like What video. Fans got excited. Other people said, whoa, that sounds familiar to Bia's Fall Back. You talking about mood boards. Looks like Bia might be on yours. That's a 2 for 2, right? From what people are saying. So now Cardi B then comes out with a more fleshed out version of the preview. She gives you about a full minute of the preview, which I won't be playing on the channel. I would like to save my entire reaction to the record for when it officially drops. So if you're expecting any type of reaction to the lyrics, the flow, anything like that, you're going to get that when it comes out. Okay? But nonetheless, it comes out. And the fans have named the song Miami. She had a totally different title for the song. But to honor her fans, to honor how they feel, and probably to honor the fact that she's been away for so long, she's been half-stepping, jumping in and out the game. It's like, you know what? That's what y'all running with, Miami. That's the song. Cool. So I also want to pull up Cardi B speaking about that.
So another secret is I just spoke to my label and I'm going to change the song name to Miami since you guys named it Miami, because the original name of the song I have to explain it. Like I will literally have to explain it because it's not part of the lyrics or nothing. Like the song I did it when I had a feel about something. Like this how I felt. So I named the song a certain name, but then I feel like it's like y'all wouldn't get it. I would have to explain it. Like I guess the song is not catchy. I mean not song. I feel like the name is not catchy. So I'm gonna just name it like I don't really want to go with I'm gonna go with this because my fans want me to say this. Like it's like, you know what? You guys already fell in love with the name Miami, so I'm gonna just name it Miami. So another secret is.
All right. So there y'all have it. Y'all fell in love with the record. Y'all started dubbing it Miami. So your mama named you Miami. I'ma call you Miami. That's basically what we have there. And again, it's a very interesting song title when she has, at least some sort of vitriol, some sort of issue with Young Miami. We talked enough about her yesterday. We're not going to drag her into this conversation, but they don't seem to be on one accord at this time. So it's kind of ironic that we get, this song titled Miami. And she talks about ops linking up in the song. But again, I'm not going to do any inferences, references, or previews of what I think is to come until the song actually drops. And then we can talk all about it, break down the lyrics, see who she's talking about, see what subs are in there, that whole nine, which will drop on March 15th. Now, for my insiders, we are getting very close to that 10K. So I want to thank y'all for all of the love and support. As I speak on this video, we are currently at 9,972 subscribers on the channel, which means we will most likely be hitting that 10,000 mark this week. I originally wanted to do a 10K celebration on my birthday, March 20th, which means that we would have to wait a few more days after we hit 10K to actually pull the celebration. Let me know if that's, cool, because it's going to be a little bit after the 10K mark that we do it, if we do it on my birthday. But I kind of want to put together like a little bit of a variety show for my birthday where we celebrate 10K, where we talk about whatever's going on at the time in the industry or what have you. I might invite a couple folks on. I might invite my lady to come on, and just talk and shoot the shit about some of the subjects. Probably preview some new music with y'all, just to get your thoughts about it, because y'all are now my community. Y'all are now my family. So I can actually play some stuff that ain't out yet and just get y'all's first opinion about it before we start moving forward. So if that's something that interests y'all, let me know. Again, anybody that supports the channel in a monetary fashion, if you decide to super chat, super thanks, if you send to the Cash App, or if you buy my album Southside Nolan, those are the 4 ways that you can do so. You will definitely get a shout out in the video. I don't like saying people's first and last name, which is why I only say you guys' first names, because I don't want to put y'all entire government on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? But I do that also, so hopefully you know who you are and you feel appreciated. But for those of y'all that don't do that, you can still follow me on social media, Real J Nolan. That's also on the screen if you'd like to do that. And I'm about to sign out, okay? Be sure to like and share this video. Make sure your post notifications are turned on. And if this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, right? Go ahead and hit that post notification bell. Hit that to all so that you get all notifications when we come on here and do premieres or go live. And again, the 10K celebration will be a live stream, not a premiere, okay? That's all I got for y'all on this one. Much love and respect. I'm coming right back with some more content, so don't go nowhere. Right within the next hour, we're coming right back. So I will see you then. All right? Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.